So I've gotten a few questions about this cable setup I'm running here. I have it configured right now for crossovers, but it's essentially two sort of pull down configurations, just Home Depot. I think it's 1/8 braided, plastic coated cable, and then these little wire nuts. I think it was $7 for 6 of these guys, and length of cable and a pair of these little eyelets here. Just some chain I had laying around with carabiners. This functions as the handle for the crossovers. You can use it for whatever. It's comfortable enough with the weights you're going to be using on a crossover. Flies, whatever. I actually also can loop my elbows in here and sit on a bench and do pullovers with it, which is really nice. But up top here on the rack, the pull-up bar, you can see it's hanging down one pulley. I placed an intermediate pulley here. That's just hanging dead if you have it set up for like push downs or pull downs or something like that. That'll go down generally if you have it configured for a push down or pull down, just carabiner straight to the loading pin. The way it's set up right now though, I built this bridge section. It's just a length with one pulley on it. So if I grab both of my crossover handles, just demonstration, and pull them, it will symmetrically pull that up. And of course, if you go to the left or the right, the bridge, you can see it compensating there. So if one arm is moving a little faster than the other or whatever, you don't run out of cable. It takes a good bit of asymmetry to run out of cable there. But those are strung at the corners. So again, it's just a length of cable with two pulleys on it if you want to configure it for crossovers and pullovers and whatever else. And then this bridge section. I think the 3 of these cable sections, so that's, like I said, I think it's 6 of these and 2 of these and like 30 feet of cable, way more cable than you're going to need. Run you like 21 bucks. Carabiners are $3 a pop. I've got 4 of them going here, so that's another $12. Loading pin, 25 bucks. The pulleys are about $6 a pop. You got 5 of them here, so the pulleys are the big expense, but that's about $75 in equipment plus a loading pin, which you could also build from Home Depot if you really wanted to, but I just picked this one up off Amazon for 20 bucks. About $100 in the setup, and you can do most everything you can do with a regular cable station. I'll switch videos here, pause for a second, and show you the low pulley for sitting and doing cable rows or barbell curls, or barbell cable curls, something like that from the ground. So this is your basic curl configuration. So you just take one of the pull down lengths. Again, you're going to have this dead pulley here. It's not really doing much. That's for if you're doing a crossover setup, or I'll show cable rows in a moment. But the weight actually is suspended from one of the pulleys, and then it goes up and it's just a hard anchor at the top here. But as you curl the weight or pull up, whatever movement you're doing, the pulley tracks along with the weight, and up and down it goes. And this here would be your seated row configuration. So you don't need any additional equipment. You basically use the same 2 lengths. It's 2 identical, basically I'll call them push down lengths. You're just using one pulley on each of them, so you got another, floating pulley. But you just string them together. I got one here up top, and then you can see the 2 are joined here. And then they come down. I've got just a seat belt with the D-ring stitched into it. I don't even remember where I pulled this from, but that's just looped and tied under the rack. And that's it. One of your pulleys will be a carabiner on there for some reason, but one of them will be lashed to that, and then you're going to be sitting on the floor here. Anchor your feet to something. I sit on this sandbag over here, but you can see, perhaps you can see, I'm trying to shoot this as best I can. Give it a pull, and up it goes, and down and up. And you can see it doesn't, the cable there doesn't hit that pulley, like all the ugly linkage stuff at the end doesn't hit. And down here at the bottom, you got to kind of space yourself a few feet away from it. But the way I have this seat belt and D-ring set up is a pretty good height for me personally for rows and stuff. Now I should have commented in the low pulley section with the, I'm calling it my curl configuration. You'd need a second loading pin to do, if you wanted to do, you know, 2 curls at the same time. If you want to work both arms or do some other variation from the floor. But that's about it. I mean, a pair of loading pins, if you want to do 2 of them from the floor. You got, I think I said 5 pulleys, a handful of carabiners, and 3 of these little cable sections. Did I mention a pair of loading pins? Yeah, I think I did. Anyway, I'd say probably tops, you're looking at 140 or something if you wanted it to do pretty much everything that your fancy cable station at the gym will do for you. You got to have plates, of course, to load up the pins, but we got plenty of those in the garage here, as you can see. Some of my fancy specialty bars to work around all my orthopedic issues that I've accumulated over the years. But anyway, I hope this helps someone. Take care.